The Jewish Week on JN1.
Former Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon passed away over the weekend. He was legendary, he was controversial, and today Israelis and internationals remember.
He was one of the main leaders of the country. He did so much for us, and just very sad. It's very sad the way the past 8 years he was just the way that it ended. Very, very sad.
My name is Ariel because my father called me because Ariel Sharon. He was one of his soldiers in the Yom Kippurim war, and because this I get my name.
I think that he was a great leader. He think only to do good for the people, for everyone.
He has the image of the Israeli hero that has a lot of brave and he's not afraid to do things.
One of the best leaders in Israel is he, and Rabin was the best, I think, because they, from the old school, they built the country.
It appears in addition to Israelis, tourists from abroad have their own impression of Prime Minister Sharon as well, of his persona and impact on Israel and the Middle East.
I have been bringing groups of Jews and Christians to Israel since 1980. And so I have seen quite a few changes and a few wars, unfortunately. And for me, he was a very important figure as far as the changes in Israel and in the Middle East. And I know he was a great general and eventually a great politician, but I also know he was a good human being, a good father, husband, and I think of him very highly.
He was a controversial figure, I think. The first part of his political career was he was seen as more as an antagonizing kind of person that later changed, moved to a more pragmatic position, and I think the last part of his career was like a welcome change for many people abroad, considered perhaps an interesting development towards a more peaceful and prosperous future for the whole of this region.
Sharon is widely known for having withdrawn Israeli settlements from Gaza in 2005, a unilateral withdrawal many have criticized him for.
The withdrawal from Gaza was, in my opinion, a big mistake. He was known to be a right-winger. I mean, that's what we know. It just doesn't make sense, in my opinion. It doesn't make sense how that can actually come from him. Big mistake, and I think most people would agree with it now. And try to remember the good things.
Prime Minister Sharon went into a coma over 7 years ago in the midst of his second term as Prime Minister, a coma that came to an end this past weekend. Many people believe things could have been different for Israel had Sharon continued to lead the country in the last few years.
I think people perhaps regret that he wasn't able to continue this transformation, if I may say so, that he began.
It would be better if he, for Israel, if he would be alive and not in coma, because all he's doing was on the right side of the path, and he definitely wanted to do good things, and he know how to do it.
Sharon's coffin was placed in the Knesset, where the public was able to visit him one last time before his burial. The nation mourns him this week, and its leaders pay their condolences. For JN1, I'm Sivan Raviv, Israel.